All right, so now I'm going to show you how to try to match skin color to match your skin color, the original photo to your skin color, or how to change the color of your uniform with something other than the color replace tool, because as we've learned, the color replace tool does not work very well. So I'm going to zoom in on something that I've already created. I put my face on this helmet. It doesn't look very good. I'm not done with it, but obviously the skin does not really match well with my face under that helmet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to affect my layer. So I'm going to click on the Me layer here, which selects everything on that layer. And then I'm going to go to Adjustment here, and I'm going to choose Brightness or Contrast. Now, pretty much any of these can be helpful with this. And there's no perfect way to change the skin color. It all depends on what your skin looks like now and what the color of the skin that is already in the picture looks like. So I'm going to go to Adjustment and Brightness and Contrast. And I'm just going to use this slider here, and I'm just going to change the brightness. His skin is a lot lighter than mine is just because of the shadowing, and you can see it gets a lot darker if I make it a negative number. Contrast is going to make less difference between the colors. If you go to the left, less difference between the colors that are in the picture. So everything starts to get lighter, everything starts to get darker, more separation there. So now I make that lighter, give a little bit of contrast, and it's definitely looking better. Now to actually get it to a different tone down here, I'm going to go and select Hue and Saturation. Now if I use just hue, you can see it goes from the different colors of the spectrum here. Okay, and that, I just went up to 25, and that actually, I think, on my screen at least, looks pretty darn good. Okay, now the head is still way too big for the body, but it's that simple. Okay, I just clicked on my layer, which just has my face on it, and I adjusted my face to match the color. What I could have also done is if I wanted to change the color of the original photo, was clicked on that photo, but instead of changing the saturation or the hue or whatever of the entire picture, which doesn't always work, you can actually select the thing that you want to recolor. So if I just want to recolor his arm here, well, I'm going to use my lasso tool, and I'm going to select just his arm. And then I'm going to make the adjustment on that. Make it brighter, darker. And on my screen, it actually looks like his skin color has completely changed from white to black. Just that easy. Okay, and I could make myself go from white to black if I really wanted to, or from yellow to purple, or red to blue, or whatever you want it to do. You can do that with the Adjustment menu. You can also do that with the uniform. Okay, so I'm going to undo, and I'm going to select the uniform top here using my lasso, and I'm not going to do a perfect job of it. I'm going to select this and just get most of the top here. And since his Under Armour there, or whatever he's wearing, I guess it would be Adidas because it looks like they've got a sponsorship, but that doesn't matter. And I'm going to select that. But I don't want to recolor any of this. Actually, it doesn't matter because I'm just going to crop it out later. So I go to Adjustment, Brightness and Contrast. If I want it to be darker, I want it to be lighter. Contrast. Brightness and contrast don't really work well for that. But what does work well is definitely hue and saturation. Okay? So I have now changed the number from blue to green. Okay? Saturation. Now white is going to be tough to recolor. So for white, it's probably going to be easier to use the color replace tool. But other colors, like up on the helmet here, let me undo that. And I'm just going to crudely select the helmet, so please don't expect this to be perfect because it's not going to be. All right, I'm going to go in, make my adjustment, hue and saturation. I need to update my selection a little bit, but you can see how it's changing the color there just by selecting the object and using that. You can also use color balance to change it. You can see how it's changing the colors. And that's how I changed my original photo that I used. The shirt was orange. I changed it to blue. Pretty simple stuff. So try that out. Make a selection. Use the adjustment layer. Next time you see me, I can help you out with that even more. Good luck.